moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouaga only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President Weah to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political norms. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouaga
Welcome to all. As usual, just hit for us the share button. Let's get ready. Let's get started to do this together.
Liberian authorities presented the seizure to the public as a significant law enforcement. Hello and welcome to Focus on Liberia. I am Anthony, your presenter. Today we are throwing the focus on breaking news. An explosive report from the Sahara has landed at the center of Liberian national life, and what it contains is not merely scandalous. It is, if the account holds, a documented indictment of the governance culture at the highest levels of the Liberian state. Focus on Liberia takes you inside every layer of this story. The Sahara reports that on June 8, 2026, Liberia's Drug Enforcement Agency intercepted 198 kilograms of cocaine at Roberts International Airport. The narcotics originated in Colombia and were bound for the United Kingdom via Brussels Airlines. Liberian authorities presented the seizure to the public as a significant law enforcement success, attaching an official valuation of 19.2 million United States dollars to the shipment. The Sahara, however, reports that this figure was a deliberate understatement. According to the publication, the actual value of the intercepted shipment was 50 million United States dollars, meaning the declared figure represented less than 40% of the true worth of what was seized. The discrepancy alone raises an immediate and urgent question: who within the system had both the motive and the authority to suppress the real number? The Sahara does not stop at the valuation gap. The publication goes deeper, and what it surfaces is far more disturbing than a numerical irregularity. According to the Saharaya's account, United States intelligence, operating through the American embassy in Monrovia, was compelled to deploy local assets to, in the words of the report, blow the alarm, thereby forcing Liberian authorities to act on an operation they were, according to the same account, reportedly shielding. Read that carefully. The Sahara is reporting that Liberian law enforcement did not independently detect and disrupt this cocaine network. The report alleges that American intelligence had to intervene and essentially compel action. If that account is accurate, then the June 8th seizure was not a Liberian law enforcement triumph. It was a foreign intelligence service rescuing Liberia from its own compromised institutions. The Sahara then maps the architecture of the alleged network itself. According to the publication, the operation was built to exploit Liberia's low-risk status in international cargo screening and the use of reputable commercial carriers. The report further states that the network ran on what it describes as a 30% kickback arrangement designed to enrich high-level officials who facilitated the passage of narcotics through Liberian territory. The internal logic offered by those within the network, according to the Sahara, was that the drugs were merely passing through and were not intended for the Liberian market. That justification, the publication correctly implies, offers the nation no protection whatsoever. What it does expose, if the account is accurate, is a class of officials who have traded the sovereignty and international standing of their country for a percentage cut of a cocaine shipment. The Sahara then does what Liberian authorities conspicuously have not done. It names the individuals it reports are connected to this network. Focus on Liberia will present each name exactly as the Sahara has documented them, because the author's account is the foundation of this broadcast, and it must be rendered with full fidelity to the record the publication has established. McDella Cooper, identified by the Sahara as a senior advisor to the president of Liberia, is reported by the publication to have served as a key coordinator
at the airport. You see these people? God just exposed them bigly. Have you asked yourself a question? Small drug nets. Now they catch you still. What they call? They catch it when they put it up. They catch it when they put it up. And I will tell you, this country, God just brought these people to say, and you're being using the evil thing there against these people. I will move them from there and you will expose yourself. And that's why they are being exposed today. Now, let me take my own time. No shouting, nothing. Y'all listen to this. No shouting, nothing. I'm about to explain this whole thing to you. Y'all listen to it well. So, this whole consignment thing, blah, 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 like I heard about SYZ here and there. It started on Saturday night. They took the consignment from Monrovia and carried straight to the airport, 6 boxes. I will name some names as well. I will name some names as well. Because the DA is aware of these names I'm about to call. People involved. Not at the top yet, though. I don't reach at the top yet. But what Harry will put it also if the DA doesn't come up. Because we're giving them the benefit of the doubt. Let them do their job. So they carry the consignment there. There's a lady at the Roberts International Airport who's an expert in screening. She knows how to screen these things. That's her own area. And they are the cargo department. But remember now, the cargo operation of the country was outsourced to GLS NAS. They responsible. We are not managing our own cargo now. We are not the one managing the cargo, no. They are responsible for it. So if you get your consignment, right, you carry your cargo, GLS NAS will do the billing, they do everything else, then they will give you the paper. Then at that paper there, they will take to our own people at the cargo area where your cargo will be screened and everything. That's what it is. So they will screen it and know what's in it here and there, blah, blah, blah. That's what they do. So, GLS NAS, clear it and send that paper out. There's something they call, let me get the name, because that real something that we didn't wait here now. They call it what? Airwheel bill. Airwheel bill. So they will send that. There is an expert who just shared something with me, and I will be able to share that with you as well as I'm going along. He said he's an expert in the cargo business. He says, as an air cargo expert for 10 years, here is the tip of how you can carry on the investigation. This is it. He said, before any cargo is taken to the airport, it must be booked first. That means an airwheel bill, which of course GLS NAS, right, must be issued to the shipper. What has the airwheel bill number? It must be able to have the number, the address, the shipper name, the address, the member, the number of consigning, the recipient, the number of the consigning, the recipient, the person who will receive it. So the destination, where it is going, the description of the cargo, the nature of the goods, everything supposed to be on that airwheel bill. They call it AWB. Right? So The guys took possession. I was stabbed them. What they call them, who dealing with those screening processes and then they took possession. There's a lady they call Ruth Gardier. Ruth Gardier is the one that did the screening. Ruth Gardier did a screening first because BA Mountain carried their own cargo there, enough something that can pass through the screening study, so they can physically screen it. So what they call physical screening is when they will open it, they will physically screen it. That means they will open it up. Now electronic screening. So they will open it up. So the Ruth must have just screened it. I don't know how she managed to screen it first, but at first it passed on her watch. But later on, it like somebody blew alarm. So they told Ruth for her to rescreen. They told Ruth for her to rescreen it, right? And there is one security director they have at the airport. They call him, I think, Michael Mohammed Bro or something like that, security director. Yeah. So when they went back, Ruth was able to screen the 6 buses. She screened the 6 buses. And some other guys then were there. They called them. They say, "You open it." When they opened it, what they saw inside was very strange. What they saw inside was very strange. So they decided to inform their bosses. Chief, this is what we have seen, and I think there's a problem. So the man who called for the rescreening of that whole thing was one Benjamin Rivers. And Benjamin Rivers, yeah, he called and said, "Look, you need to do." I think he's one of the top guys in the security sector there. So he called and said, "Look, you need to rescreen that whole thing because from what I'm hearing." Look at when Ruth was about to do the screening, they said, "But then you called a concerning." I don't know that concerning name, but I'm calling names that I know. The concerning immediately had arrived there. So Ruth told the concerning there, he said, you can really, you can really walk with your neighbor. The concerning is right there. The person who get a thing, the person right there. The person is there. You listen. They screen it. When they saw the thing that was inside, they called the agent on ground, who GLS NAS agent on ground. They decided to call one of the GLS NAS office, other supervisor or whoever that in the building. They called him, and that person's name is one Philip Yo. These names are familiar names that the airport people know about. Philip Yo. They contacted Philip Yo. So when Philip Yo came, they show him.
Martin Luther King said, "I have a dream." Barack Obama said, "Change, yes we can." And I, George, we have said, "Power to the people, yes we must." Fellow citizens,
get ready for a historic gathering of unity, leadership, and vision. The Congress for Democratic Change USA, or CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention. Now set from July 29 to August the 2nd in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future. This landmark convention will bring together states chapters, party leaders, diaspora stakeholders, and distinguished guests from across the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Liberia, and beyond. Join us for strategic policy dialogue, CDC USA leadership elections, the Diaspora Engagement Forum, and a prestigious recognition ceremony featuring prominent voices and leaders, including Party Chairman Attorney Janga A. Cole, leading an array of party officials from Liberia, including Representative Frank Safoko Jr., Representative Bintu Masale, Representative Abu Kamara, and Representative Eugene Colley. Plenary session speakers will include Wanto Tier Wanto, Mrs. Willamida Sadie Tarp, Aisha Bolo Howard, Mamesi Kabab, Councillor Garmonde Clinton, Civicus Basigia, and many more. And don't miss the special honoring of His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah, former President of the Republic of Liberia, for his outstanding democratic leadership and commitment to peace. As Liberian artists, including D12, Takun J, Little Abraham Moibab, aka Heaven Sent, and KZW, will spice the honoring nights with beautiful performances, followed by a soccer match between CDC USA and POXA, with FIFA World Best George Manneh Weah leading the CDC USA in a spectacular soccer match on Sunday. It's happening in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania from July 29 to August the 2nd. Come, let's celebrate democracy and celebrate a true icon of Liberia democracy, His Excellency Dr. George Manneh Weah. Be a part of the movement. Be a part of the vision. Be a part of the future. For more information, contact your local CDC USA chapter or follow official CDC USA platform at www.cdc.usa.org or contact the convention committee at 301-383-6874. CDC USA Convention 2026. Here we come, renewing for results.
Position, with the report indicating this is allegedly due to his connection to the son of the president in these types of illegal activities. Tantan Boakai, identified by the Sahara as the son of President Joseph Boakai, is described by the publication as a central coordinator within the transshipment operation in Liberia and is noted by the Sahara as having been repeatedly linked to fast money controversies over a period of years. Peter Malcolm King, reported by the Sahara as the chief executive officer of GLS Group, whose GLS-NAS joint venture controls cargo operations at Roberts International Airport, is identified by the publication as occupying a central logistics position. That, in its
money fanatico fa representative speaker of the house Vadio Capon Polio Ilayo Maja Anaga Inate Wawe Telewao Anaga You are not your boy. You're not your boy, no one at you. Glad you're my boy now. Telewao, Brazola, Telewao, Telewao, Telewao. In a blue Amoga. Kainaga. Kainaga. I want you naga. No way to naga. Like you naga. That one, yeah. That you naga. No, you're not telling Zerani. Presola Terezerani. Or what did I Ina po bonyo bu ya bonyo you must mom. See my brother say quiz pepe. Money will blow man decide. They wow. They wow. Ina speaker. I'll say I better soon. Mo yo say I aboja o. Mona tere wa. Amo konyo baya lewe. Presola tere wa o. Ina ka yenu aya do zwana no ga sebode. Mo se akwanu. Mo se minister. Yenu na tere wa o.
That's how we do it here, fellow Liberians home and abroad. Oh yeah, just it for us to share button, man. Just it for us to share button. Who broke the law? Who broke the law? Abueka broke the law. He ain't cheering. You see why I like this music? You see why I like this music? Agogo Tode. Agogo Tode from Grangida County. And he calls this one Terewa to be interpreted as who broke the law. Now you know who broke the law. Now you already know who broke the law. Let's take 3 bars of this already, man.
Money will blow man decide. Wow. And I speak I'll say I better soon.
That's how we do it. Gadgets and get ready.
I will tell you. Mona tere wa. I'm up on your buy the way. Presola tere wa. In a car, I had no one and no gasebody. Mosia one. Mosia minister. Then you know. Not tell you wow.
Alright. Abueka ain't chewing it Terewa. I didn't want Terewa in Liberia.
Then I tell you, the answer will money no one is
right, sometimes time is not in our favor. So we just gotta take down the music sometimes, But fellow Liberians home and abroad, it's a privilege again for us to be on here as always. We want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you. We want to welcome Sheriff Tiko. You are highly welcome following us there. We want to appreciate your presence. Otalia Chope Monjiro, we want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Emmanuel Bro, we appreciate your presence here. It's always a privilege for us to have you here. I want to welcome Momon Blamo. Thank you so much for joining us. Melvin Flomo, we appreciate you. Venetia's Junior Bar, we want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Daniel Kwe, thank you so much for your presence here. It's always a privilege for us to have you here. Just join us and let us know. We want to welcome Duke Positive, the Positive family. How's our sister doing? Our brother Duke Positive. We want to say you are highly welcome. We appreciate you. Greetings to our sister there. We hope she is doing great, well, and fine. Extend our greeting to her for us. Yeah, extend our greeting to her for us, please. Duke Positive, you're highly welcome. I want to say you are highly welcome, all of you. It's a privilege for us to have our brother here with us. Jake, how are you, Chief? How are you?
Yes, salute. Thank you, brother. And to the followers, respect always. Salute to the followers here. Help to share this video. As always, sharing is free. The message is going outside there. So you please help to share this video. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. We want to welcome Sylvester and Freeman. Thank you so much, Sylvester, joining us there from Guinea, Kankan City. Thank you so much, the largest city there. I want to say you are highly welcome, Sylvester and Freeman. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always a privilege for us to have you here. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. I mean, all of you who are joining us, we want to say you are highly welcome. Ruben, thank you so much, Ruben. We appreciate you for your presence here. It's a privilege for us to have you here, Ruben. Thank you so very kindly. My brother Jake, there are three major issues we're going to be talking about because of time, and we hope that we can talk about these things in the time that is allocated for us and with us. Again, to all of you who are joining us, Samuel Sir Sherman, thank you so much for watching us there from Australia. We want to say you're highly welcome. It's a privilege for us to have you there. Those of you watching us, I mean, from all around the world, Australia, different countries, want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so very kindly. My brother Jake, I wanted to start, somebody will say, with the low-hanging fruit, which is very, 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 important. The government of Liberia has expressed her dissatisfaction and calls for the recall of the European ambassador in Liberia. The government of Liberia has expressed serious dissatisfaction and is saying that they do not want the European Union ambassador to be in Liberia, even though it was at the time she was about to be transferred. But what is concerning about this is that we are seeing a consistent behavior of this government not to tolerate people that have dissenting opinion or look at things differently from the way things are going. We said it here and we'll continue to say that the Boyka government does not have the thick skin to tolerate criticism. When you try to point out faults, they look at you to be somebody evil. They come at you with all their strength. They want to eliminate you. We have seen it on several occasions. Now the government is even taking it to our international partners, people who are supporting them, people who gave them money, who add money to their budget, and etc., etc. The Joseph Newman Boyka government is saying, no, you're supposed to criticize us. Everything we do, you clap for us. You have no right to criticize us. But yesterday, these were the same people that when our international partners say something, they will hold it and start to work with it. That, yeah, President, you see, the government, I'm correct. Yeah, you see, the American embassy said that, but today, they are now wanting to expel an ambassador of the European Union or a representation of the European Union in Liberia because she pointed out some mishaps of the government and, express her own dissatisfaction that the government, failed to do certain reports. My brother Jake, I will find the story, but let's hear from you on this level of growing intolerance from the Bueka-led administration towards critical voices. What do you make of this? Let's hear from you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, thank you, brother. And once again to the followers, you please help to share this video. Pray for me, me, I employ in a different form. For me, I live in Europe. It's a good news for the opposition. For me, it's good news for the CDC, the great opposition whatsoever. It's a good news that they expect a woman. When they expect a woman, it's a good news. But why I told you from the initial stage of this government, if you can still remember, I've been flagging it since they took power. When the president finted on that podium during inauguration, I told you something, and the things coming to reality. I said the Unity Party have been blackballed. A lot of people don't understand what I was saying, but reality coming. Let me ask a hard question here to the followers. Since they came to power, the president have traveled all over. What happening in terms of finance for the country? Ellen Johnson time, you saw what happened in the country. Billions of dollars were put in that country. The same Unity Party, Bueka was vice president. But why is not happening now? Oh no, that was when United Nations, everybody were on that particular ground at that time. Why? You calculate why it's not happening. I told you long time ago. I said I've been blackballed. My statement coming to reality. Yeah, now they are expelling a woman. It's good for the opposition. They shouldn't cry wolf over that situation. If the woman come back, she will get great report at the European Union. She'll get the report. You think she will just come get quiet? That woman should be in our corner cell. That woman should be in the corner. That woman in the future, she will be lobbying for Joshua in the European Union. When you're talking, you're a joke. You think power like joking? It's good news for the opposition to expose that watch. The woman will she will catalog everything, video proof, the mess rule, bring up the capital building, police brutality, all these things. It's good news for all. If nobody has heard this thing before, she come in catalog yet. She will express herself. The thing Liberia, they have been blackballed. She will come to them. I tell you, I told you long time ago, 3+ years now, going to 4 years, but 2027, the middle of 2027, we're not concentrating on development anymore. Everybody finding way now for election. Everybody be positioning themselves now. So totally, what I know now, the Unity Party feel, they like it or not. They nothing they will work on again. The rainy season is already on. By November to December, not 2027, Prince. What they can do in the rainy season? Have 4 years gone. Children of the eye. You know why? They never had an eye on the ball. They were only wish hunting. And a common happened to them. They lie in the corridor. And Gordon let Oakley, a chosen one were appointed, elected by the Liberian people. The guys spread propagandas and lies. And turn around the vote, the Yellow Johnson order them. You think the woman, beside this woman, the Swedish ambassador, all these people, the government crumble, Prince. The government crumble. They crumble their own government because of which one? The old man is not in control. Let me tell you that what crumble is government. He won't pass the torch to Jeremiah Kun because he's stubborn. He's not in no control. The writing is on the wall. Why not when people like to sugarcoat? Why they like to sugarcoat? Donald Trump telling 80 years old yesterday. He's not running. Joe Biden was 82. What you're talking about? He's not in control. The way of walking, everything, nothing. He's not in control. The guys are doing their own thing.
So let me just read this communique.
Okay.
Let me just read a portion of this, and then we can maybe use the next 1 or 2 minutes to elaborate on it. So, fellow Liberian, this particular piece is from the All African News. It says government seeks recall of EU envoy over undiplomatic remarks. A leaked foreign ministry communique revealed the government threatening to declare the head of the European Union delegate to Liberia a persona non grata amidst dispute over corruption, transparency, and investor confidence. So we'll go all the way down because, it's the Ambassador Klaas is an Austrian politician who currently serves as the European Union High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy and Vice President of the European Union, making her the EU top diplomat and chief foreign policy official. While the Liberian government ultimately stopped short of declaring the ambassador persona non grata, the most severe diplomatic sanction available to a host country, the communique explicitly states that Ambassador Dupree's conduct will warrant such action. The revelation marks what could be one of the most serious diplomatic disputes between Liberia and the European Union in recent memory. According to the leaked correspondent, Liberia authority accused Ambassador Dupree of reportedly making comments that portrayed the government as lacking transparency and effective governance. Amongst the allegations cited in a reported assertion that Vice President Jeremiah Kun exercised influence over sectors outside his constitutional responsibility, particularly mining and energy. The communication also referenced remarks allegedly made by the ambassador concerning President Joseph Numa Boyka's annual message. According to the government, Ambassador Dupree's question why certain energy sector projects undertaken by the Liberia Electricity Corporation was not referenced in the president's address, interpreting the omission as evidence of insufficient transparency. The EU delegation did not respond to a request for comments from the Daily Observer. Okay, so I just thought to read it so that people will be able to just get a few bars of it so that people will understand. My brother Jake, this is concerning.
Why?
Like you said, and I want to follow your footsteps, this government have lost it all. And you said it from the beginning. Sometimes when people say words, it is good that we continue to play it. Let it be repetitive so that people can understand. When you said that this government has been blackballed from the very beginning, some of us did not understand what you meant. But now it's becoming clear and clearer, as somebody will say, that indeed the government is blackballed. A government that will focus on fighting people, a reactionary government that was elected and they have become so reactionary. Anything anybody say, they run the Ministry of Information go insult. When another person say that they run there, they go and curse man. When another one come in, they go and curse President. They go and curse. We are seeing now that this government has lost it all. This is the final stage of the death of any government. To attack your international partners, those people who you run to for help, the people who, when your budget is at a kind of dire stage, that you run to them and say, my people, let my hand here, please help me. It is a shocking, surprising, and very, very, somebody will say, unthinkable action that this government, who use international propaganda, will now begin to be afraid of the same international propaganda that they run with. Yesterday, when our international partner said Monrovia was dirty,
the Swedish ambassador. Yes.
Thank you. They were all around the place and they use it as their campaign message. Yesterday, when one of our partners said, what would JJ Rabo say? These people were all around the place. Exactly. These people were all around the place with what would JJ Rabo say. Yesterday, when our international partner wrote a letter and said that the government of Liberia cannot credit from the consolidated account.
Yes.
This guy ran with that particular communication. Oh, you see the international partner red letter. Oh, the international partner red letter. When the international partner said to the Liberian government that we must exercise restraint with the issue of Yeke, you can remember. When the U.S. ambassador said there is a need for us to exercise restraint and that every side should respect the rule of law, these same government people, when they were in opposition, they ran with that communication and they used it as law and gospel to run campaign. Today, my brother Jake, the same very government that depended on some of these international people to make their case, to carry letters and say that they should sanction the government. The same government now, only for the same international people who gave them, to some extent, relevant. For the same international people, European Union for that matter, for European Union to come up and say, look, this government is not proceeding well. Transparency is lacking. You people are discouraging investors' confidence. Now the government is angry and the government say the European ambassador in Liberia must leave immediately, effective immediately. My brother Jake, this shows a lack of tolerance on the part of this government. But go ahead, you are in speech while I try to bring this in before.
Least tolerance. Follow your least tolerance. Let me say something. I don't think quick. The Unity Party that dull people, they the low acquaintance people, low IQ people. They were pushing the needle to the other side. If you look at the cupboard of the Unity Party, believe me, that's why I say one day we need to vet these garden documents. True story. The guys that portrayed that said that they're so smart, they graduated from so school. We don't know these schools. They are dull, low IQ people. Seriously, the door. Let me tell you something today. Pray. You know what? Destroying and they destroy themselves. Pray. You remember in George Weah town, they were all over in America, Washington, D.C. All of them, the whole cupboard, the CPP, they are stoked. You saw documents and videos upon video. They're all in Congress. Giving leaflet to 1,000 pages of dossier that the government did. Imagine, nobody in the Western world, Europe belonged to George Weah. He came from Europe. If you wanted to do the nastiness on the Unity Party, he would form the Unity Party. Let me tell you today, Macron, let me name leaders that he knows personally, I know him personally. The Prime Minister in Italy, the lady, Macron, the German Chancellor, and I'm talking about Orbán from Hungary. The whole European Union know this guy. When I tell you this guy's a darling boy of the way, you think I'm joking? Wait, people not respect it in their own. Let me tell you, please, I'll join you. Sorry, game as a president one day. I'm a whistleblower for the president. Serious, don't make kind of wicked whistleblower. Other people that do no. My own was different. I locate what can people finance for Liberian people? Now for Liberia or they play on us now for Ellie Johnson 70 times. Now we tell the government at that time. That's all my function in the European, that's my function in the world. That was my function. Until the government changed him. I know what was in the making, what was going to come to the country. But because of the last year, today, please, it's good for us. Let me tell you today, if I was near the president, that particular woman, if I take the seat, she will be my lobbyist in Europe. She will be my lobbyist. People hunting for lobbyists or in America, they're taking Trump guys to be lobbyists for them. I know the whole story about that guy. That guy, first of all, he tinted in the warehouse. In the future, I will go in detail with that whole story. Let me tell you good news for us. Every news that came from the war, the guy was celebrating. George Weah, they never stopped anything. They never criticized. Well, like, bro, we are here in our country. We're looking for finance or for country to help us. Our economy not on a kind of path. Since our war, I told people our natural resources majority is depleted. They won't argue. They will argue. No politician will lie to you people. No politician in the Republic of Liberia will lie. most of our natural, we get 3 major natural resources that depleted. The iron ore, that then meter see the Asala meter now trying to take the balance from the country. Our lodging company, what in the breaking? So when the woman said that Jeremiah Kun, the people in the country, the Azeris, the European, they don't travel, they get people on the feet. I know how many United Party dummy. You think when they say the European Union, let me tell you, when the European Union when they say we come to your country, they bring everybody. They get down to, they get security people among them. They get specialists among them. They get journalists among them. You don't even know them. They get freelance, different type of journalists. They go, they import, they read all the newspaper headline. They listen to all these podcasts. They listen to the United Party is dumping. They saw how Jeremiah Piana you urinated on that podium. You think they don't know all the insult? You think the people don't know the president? The woman don't know. You think that woman don't know the president in control? She know. She can't get feedback to the European Union. Ask yourself the question. Why no European are invested in the Republic of Liberia? Say 3 years. I told you they have been blackballed. All the rule of law been trampled. In the trick, you sit down and you bring your first branch of government. You lie on people. Other group came from America. You brought them. They say nothing happened.
I want to put you on the seat on this. You are in the European side. I want to put you on the seat on this. Don't you think that it's an interference, going as far as saying, that the vice president is acting out of his constitutional duty, that the government, is I mean, some of the things that she said, I want to put myself in a position where I want to put you in a position that you are, let play the advocate around.
Not interference.
Don't you think it's an interference from president?
No, listen. The thing we're depending on, our natural resources, that what you were touching on. Jeremiah couldn't want to control the natural resources, the pocket that said, in case things come, for them to prepare ourselves for 2029. In case anything happened to Boaka, where they will take the finance from? That $1.2 billion budget to own you. I said, I'm telling you the reason why this guy wanted to take that budget up, because Chono George, we are somewhere to they projected the budget to be $800 million. So to tell the country that they were doing something better, they don't even know how money coming. They did that audio budget, 1.2 billion. Let's follow us here. The audio budget that they brought to the Liberian people, listen to you're listening like 1.2 billion. Nobody having piece of the pie. The typical Liberian even have the piece of the pie. They downsizing people for $50 job, for $100 job, where George kept everybody. I told you, Ellen had 65,000 employees. When George King, they added 15. Our wage bill was high. That's why they did harmonization. You think how George was paying the people were 150, 175. All these people, everybody was employed. He never downside nobody. You downside people, but stay the budget high. $325 million a year. It says here that $1.7 billion. Our natural resources, all of them depleted. Our natural resources, what the people looking at to now infuse huge amount of money in our country. Our natural resources could help. The Jeremiah couldn't want to put umbrella over the natural resources. You see it. You think that women know what Mita Steel doing to us? You think she don't know what Mita Steel doing to us? Let me tell you something. I live right near Mita Steel. The company worth $100 billion. Every Liberian go Google it right now. $100 billion. How much they giving to us? Chicken chin. Mita Steel. They get two law cases upon cases in the European Union. The guy from Pakistan, India, and I know that whosoever Pakistan, India, me and just say other than the same. They're living right near me. $100 billion, the whole company worth. And they're not the only steel company in the world. They're not the biggest steel company. That's what I told you before. I said, you cannot renew Mita Steel contract. No, they can do a bidding war. Different company. Mita Steel not the only steel company in the world. They're just taking our bottom natural resources and giving Liberian people chicken cheese. And the same thing happened to the marathon. The Liberian marathon.
Sure. So to come in on this,
so not interfering, Prince. There's not interfering. She's saying it to let me tell you, she was trying to let them to know certain things. But as you said, they're not tolerant. They're not tolerant. They're arrogant. So during that time, they were preaching, when everybody says statement, they were wrong with it. Even like Treasury Department, I sanctioned our own Magay, Samuel Twede, that Treasury Departments from the former Biden administration, that were fake. If you know, you want to believe me that fake, they get new Treasury Secretary now, Besson, on the Trump administration. Go ask Besson now. The president in America, let me tell you something. I won't go there. The president in America, you can ask Besson now, the Treasury Secretary for Donald Trump. The documents are there. No, nothing on the table that said that was sanctioned. It was all book of sanctions that were lies. But
So,
because
but brother
Nigeria won't
Jay,
walk after it, yeah.
sure. So let me just inform the public. It's almost like the person who you run to for help, the person who is supporting you, you are telling the person, don't talk in my business. The person who, when you are sick, I put it a simple way, my people. When you're sick, you go to the person and say, oh, I'm sick, oh. Then the person take money from their pocket and give it to you. When your horse is leaking, you run to the person, oh, my horse leaking, oh. Then the person take money, give it to you, and fix the horse. The person who, when somebody running behind you, you run to the person and say, please help me, oh, for protection. The person protect you. Now that the person is seeing that you are not proceeding the right way, and the person come to advise you, the person say, oh, but what are you doing? I'm correct. And you get very, oh, don't tell me that. If I move on here, move on here. This is the kind of stupidity that has taken over this government. Now,
No, that's too
when
bad. No,
the man of God said that this government is confused, there's some of you who argue. But this is a typical level of stupidity and confusion. This is what you're looking at.
no, Prince. Not
Now,
stupidity.
let me.
You know what?
So
Listen to me. Let me tell you the follow-up quick before you come in 1 minute. Let me tell you something. But Prince, they don't think quick. Like United Party, let's see, they won't get. They're getting alignment. They don't care for European Union. They don't care for America. You know what they tend to? They want to tend to Russia. They want to tend to China. Let's see. Look at me break it down for the followers. What did Louis Brown say concerning the United Nations, concerning America? He threw America on the bus. When they came from China, they overpassed bridge where CDC, he said, oh, that CDC did everything, but because they voted whatsoever, they went to China. They start pressing, when they came back, they start pressing Xi Jinping and this and that. They throwing the European Union on the bus. You know why? They won't get different. They won't get, they think they can't get alignment. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you today, if you don't know the Unity Party, if anybody listening here on the platform, if they're listening in a Unity Party, if you get the alignment with Russia, you own your own. You know why? I will tell you something. Russia economy crumbling fast. You will never believe it. Don't listen to the liberal media. They will be lying you. The economy is crumbling. They may have spent almost $500 billion, $500 billion in a war. He can't win the war. You know how I tell you people now? Russia look like a gas station with nuclear weapon. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you, I live in the West. Let me tell you, we are fanatic in the Western world. Let me tell you, Russia, the only thing the European, the world, they're hesitating in Russia, small Liberians, because they get stockpile of nuclear weapon. And Putin is crazy, nobody can know. They get leaders and they want to set history before they die, or they die, they set history. Now, why did you know that? You think in real life, you think when Europe come together with America, we give Russia 1 week. Russia can spend in Ukraine. They are spending $500 billion on the war. Russia alone. I will tell people Russia's a gas station with nuclear weapons. That's the only thing they're depending on oil. So if you get alignment with them, let me tell you something with the mistake all the African leaders are making. One day they will say, one guy talking. Okay, let me ask you a question. All the alignment they get with African leaders and all around, what did happen? What did change for them? How can you lead the greatest ally, the European Union, comprised of 1,000 many countries, America. Then you say you want join ally with Russia. That Russian thing that they're doing, it's a bid thing they're doing. You think you will just check up, you will just put a spell your European partner? Some of the people want they say will not fly to your. We stop everything.
Jake, this is what is happening. That's what I say. This is just foolishness. I just displayed a communication just now, and I'll display it again here. My people, I want you to look at this communication. Just look at this communication. Look at this communication. This is the European Union giving 56 million euro to support the budget. This is European Union giving you money to support your budget. The people are not just sitting down and talking. They are contributing towards your infrastructure. They are contributing towards your healthcare. They are contributing basically towards everything in Liberia. But you are telling the people to shell out their mouth. They mustn't talk. When their taxpayer money is being squandered by the government, when the place they are investing their taxpayer money, the place is not conducive. They're using their taxpayer money for law reform. The president is there disrespecting the rule of law. They are using their money to be able to help build a better security. The security is behaving like Janjaweed, Malaysia. They are helping to invest money in building of roads. You're stealing the money and not building the roads. They are using their money to invest it in the education sector. Up to now, you're stealing the money and you can't even have a correct curriculum. When the people talk, Unity Party people get very. They let them move for you. Let them go. Let them move and Gafon. She and Gafon.
And then they say Gafon talking about the 100 school.
Sure.
Where the money coming from? Where the money come when you say let's follow up when you got the videos are there when Gafon said man our donor panel. You think what he talking about? You think he's talking about Russia? You think he's talking about China? He's talking about the European Union. Our donor panel. They say we should build the money already. He's selling. He said the money already secure. Who funding the school? The 100 school that should be built. These are the questions the woman asking. Our money's in your hand. But the school then we talk about 100 school. These schools now have never been built. They never even started the project yet. Your energy, your lens in mind, your whole part of your natural resources. How can the vice president have that dominion upon the natural resources?
So this whole thing, my brother, this 63 million that we're talking about, the budgetary support. You know, when you talk about this audio budget, now I'm getting to understand what you're talking about. Because the people who are giving you the money, you are telling them they should not talk.
Yes.
In what you do with the money. The people are raising genuine concern. The vice president is leaving his responsibility, putting a hand in energy sector, putting a hand in mining sector. Now you can see, now it's becoming clearer. Why is it that Guinea took the step that they took?
Yes.
When we continue to say that these people, they were not mining sand, they were doing different thing on the Makuna River. Different thing altogether they were doing. Now you see what is happening. For the European Union to flag out these things. And like Jake, you said, these people are not just sitting down in one office, close their eyes.
No.
They are all over the place. We live in the Western world. We know how these people can operate. Thank God.
Thank you.
We know how they can operate.
Yes.
They operate in that vice way. They can so other people can see people doing say evangelism, doing Bible business, this, that. So different security people you're looking at.
Yes.
Different security. Look, thank God that we have the opportunity to travel to the Western world. We want to thank God for that. The greatest thing that happened for the country people children to enter the Western world. They never thought that we're going to be. We enter this Western world, we learn a lot, we see a lot, and we know a lot. With no disrespect to those that haven't traveled. But those of us that travel, what we have seen, what we know, what we have tasted is completely different.
But bring one thing, for example, our famous virus in Africa, like Ebola. When Ebola comes, how do people can manage to seal that airport quick? They say, listen, no, the people party from the particular country shouldn't enter. They get people on the ground, as you said, every form. They get security, they get People, you think they preaching in the street that all they are that taxpayer employees there from the European Union. Someone that data security. Someone they doing different job. They send the information. The people looking for information that nobody will threaten Europe. Nobody will threaten America. You see, they will just sit down. Majority of them that can come on mission that security. They're looking for all the tolerance hub there. They're looking for all these guys that will get in playing. It can't do something in the Western world. So you think why they were just when a mission comes, you think the mission they're coming with educated people? No. They come in with clandestine radical. They can even pay your press. They can even pay people within the government to spy on the government. What you talking here so? What you talking? Where? When I tell you the Unity Party, it's good for us. I'm not cry wolf for them. That is fair hall. When George Weah come to power, that woman will be our lobbyist in Europe here. She know the terrain. You think for the other woman that sent to Liberia, she's a security by herself. She's a security tree, everything, loyalty, get every credential. Let me tell you. So they pour her in that, they pour say in that Hungary. I like it. You go hunting them back. They put say in their own Gary, no opposition cry war for it. Let's celebrate it. Let's spare her. She bringing a real tangible video now. Then that need not coming to the European Union because nobody went to the European Union to everything that Dwaka did. It wanted to do the real damage here. The European Union in Salzburg in Brussels will compare video. On the other part, let's see, they got in the parliament willing. We said these are the guys that lie on George Weah. They got a fraud. Look at the 19 million out of gross case. All these things. Someone will pay attention to it straight. They say, So how they came to power? They open the Pandora box. Let me tell you. So they dig their own. They post say in Hungary. Let me tell you. So it's good for us. It's good for the opposition. Now that name will be flagging the European Union. They come in look at them different now. Because when that woman comes in, she comes with serious report. You know what exposure?
But the thing
exposure?
I'm really sitting and thinking about this thing. This is just, I don't know how to term it. I don't know if it is stupidity or the government is confused.
And God knocking them down.
It's just I don't understand.
When the pastor said, I gave one video of another pastor. When the pastor said, let charlatan and what that causing nothing like Liberia. When the pastor tell the president is confused, you think that joke? You think that joke? But people within the republic, many of our pastors in mind the republic because they don't want to speak because they bribe them, but they know that the president, they get people within the inner circle of the president. He confused. Yes, a reality. Confused not about war. You're not insult. The president is confused, totally confused. That's why all these guys getting away. If the president were not confused, if we were not involved in that 19 million busted, all our people to the airport should be fired. If the president was in control, that thing reached to a death that's spoiling a need to the international community. That when people thinking like will be a just hub, that nobody want to do business with the president, nobody want to do business with the government. He never got a call cabinet meeting. He's a president, commander chief of the. He get every power in his hand. Who I made to the airport? First all the airport busting, all the airport security fire. You not need to pay themselves. It's a scandal on the government. You know the problem they're taking. Their team will go down in 10 days. Oh, because of great people, so they think come one or two. They think will go on the road, but they won't. One of the biggest. They have never seen this one firing all over now. They expelling the woman. Praying. Something they say about Cameron and what happening. This guy lied everywhere. They think they could change the country. You think they'll change Liberia? The old age problem are over there. That process. We are the July 27 making I think 179 years or something like that. We're coming to 180 in 2 years' time. Old country, old age problem, poor nation. You think they'll tell and the mindset of the nation. You think they just easy to change over there? And the guy was not George Weah took power, set to 7 more into George Weah presidency. Henry Costa, they all that stoosh. They started the propaganda war, they laughed, they all in the corridor. They never rested until they unseat this government. because Liberian CDC people giving a chance 3 years. I thought me I'm telling grace period because the CDC thinking different. These people should be they crumbling their own government, not CDC. That opposition, nobody talking, nobody bringing requests in Europe, nobody going to America yet. I have never seen Liberian protests in America. I never seen no Liberian protests in Europe. Everything slide for them. They just left it like that. But they crumbling that set by expelling the women of good news to the opposition. You shouldn't cry wolf for it. You shouldn't even cry wolf. Let it do more, say. Please, according to my soul, even the American ambassador not in the country. The American ambassador in Liberia is not in Liberia. The Swedish ambassador, all these guys, all the diplomatic corps, they know the government, please. They see they get people on the ground. The government is a failed government now. I just matter of time for 2029. Nothing happening. I said July, please. Next year at 2027. Another July at going to 2028. What is happening in that election time? People there for the Senate, people the less election, everybody fighting to become who they want to become. Political alignment, then people will. Let me tell you, I told you this story. A lot of people will jump ship at 20 next year. 4 years down, the people get good salary, they get good money. You think they can wait for 2 years? A lot of ministers will resign. They would start telling the president reality. And Shaq told you reality to unite the country. And the sacking, he will unite the country, he marching. Time will come. That minister Liberians know that you think they're going to die with the president, like political level will be destroyed because of Joseph Hima Bwaka. So what they will tell the Liberian people after war, who are you now? If the reality was there, you're not talking, you were not talking the reality. Then when the other people come, what when you talk, Liberian people will not buy your story. So these guys have political life a hell of Bwaka. So by 2027, believe me, you will take my video for real. They will jump ship. Top people within the Unity Party will jump ship. So the criminal said, please, I like it. I like it. I want for them to expect more, said. I want for them to expect more.
My brother Jake, we can only talk so much about this. But again, I want to say welcome to a big brother, Amos J. Vincent. Thank you so much for joining us. Nessie Jordan, we want to appreciate you. Luke Scott, how are you? Thank you so much for your presence here. Thank you for joining us. Sewon Washington, we appreciate you. Bidel, thank you for joining us. Rubin, we want to say you are highly welcome. Samuel Sherman, thank you for joining us. All of you, Sylvester and Freeman, we want to say you are highly welcome. All of you who are joining us, whose names we cannot see, call, we want to say welcome to all. My brother, I want us to go to this second issue.
The drugs issue?
Which is now taking the airwaves. I think this is even more bigger than what we are thinking about. And let me just start on this note. You see, this drugs issue that we are looking at is something that is going to affect all of us that have our Liberian passport and travel with it. Sometimes we overlook these things and think that, we'll go on Mika and talk. Government will go on Mika and talk, and we'll be over. But some of the reason why some countries' passport is sometimes very difficult to travel with, or some high restriction is placed on it, is for some of these reasons. I'll give you an example. I was traveling somewhere, I was going for something, I was traveling somewhere. Actually, we're going to UK. And it was unfortunate, something very, very, I felt bad. There were almost about 7, 8 different nationals, some from, Nigeria, some from Sierra Leone, some from Guinea and other. And, we're all traveling on the same plane. And unfortunately, we had to kind of stay over somewhere. I'm not going to call the name of all this area for some other reason. We had to stay over somewhere, because of, some other one or two situation. They had to kind of like change the plane, some other stuff were going on. So we had to transit in a country. And while we were there, these people came, and all of those with the American passport, they took them, put them in a bus, put them on a particular line, and took them to a hotel. And those that had other African passports, they left them right on the airport. I mean, they were just sitting right to the place, because it was almost like the next day before, we get on the plane to go. And it's like they were sitting right there. So, look, I felt so bad seeing these people paying the same money, and some of us are taking to, faster era, and these people were there sitting. It was so heartbreaking to see. It was something that was, not me, but I don't know how to put it, but it was so devastating to see these guys sitting. And when you ask some of them, the other person that Sierra Leone passport, the other person that this passport, the other person that passport. So somebody who, I was traveling with, then I asked the person, I said, but why is this happening? Don't these people too supposed to get, everybody come with the same plane, it's the same plane that is supposed to take care of these people. Why is it that they're taking these other people to carry them and leaving these other people back? And this person told me, the person said, look, Prince, you don't understand. Some of these things, they don't just happen because the people don't care about these people. It happened because sometimes of the repetition that the country has and the way people use these documents to travel. So most of these African countries, do you know that these drug law use their passports? Because unfortunately, it's sad to say, but you people don't have any strong system to be able to detect anything concrete. So people can just take your passport, take the other one, change it, before you go low, they get it. So when it becoming so common that people can just use some of these African country passport to do all kind of crazy things. So because of that, you make the security system on you to be too harsh. You make the people don't trust your system. They don't trust your passport because it doesn't have those necessary security feature that can be able to, detect anything. You people just make your passport loose. So because of that, they don't even pay credence to it. They don't look at it. You will be the last person they will even look at. If they are to admit people, maybe the first people that they will admit, the people from the Western world, they will give them a good place, they take care of them, etc., etc. And you people will be the last people because your passport over the period have been used for so many things. I am saying this to mean that this 19 million, even though it's underestimated, according to what we are hearing or what we have gathered, is about $50 million. They just reduced it to 19 million. But this thing will also affect Liberians that are traveling or people that are traveling with Liberian passports. It will also affect us greatly. Our name is out there, whether we like it or not, but our name is out there. But Brother Jake, let's hear from you. And the thing that is even scary, that government is even trying to cover this up. Yesterday, I was at work when an information was disclosed to me, but let's hear from you, my brother Jake.
Let me just emphasize small. That's 1 minute before what you were saying about our passport. Let me say something to the followers here. Let me tell you, Liberians, you remember what the girl was saying concerning Liberians? We born here and die here long time ago because the Liberian Civil War, Liberians start to travel, went to West Africa, the other African country during our Civil War. Then later on, we start to travel. Let me buzz your bubble, Liberians. We the followers here, you are listening carefully. We the only African country, only African independent nation that get 4 types of passport. 4. No other country in the world get 4 types of passport. Let me break it down. We get our ordinary passport, where it's a green book. Now they say ECOWAS now. We get the Red Bull, the service passport. We get, before we get one brown bull, until we get 5, brown bull, official passport, then we get a diplomatic, full passport. Fancy, I'm telling you. We get a green where everybody can use the service passport to be government employee, you work in the ministries or agencies and other things in the service, the officials of government, then the diplomatic code. So the president of the republic entitled to 2 books. If the president want official, you take an official. You want a diplomatic, you take a diplomatic. He entitled to that, also he entitled to the full book. He and the vice president. But let me bust your bubble. In the whole Africa, there were a lot of people use Liberians to travel during those days because the year our story was born here and die here. But the Liberian Civil War opened a lot of people. The one that will shock you people until this day, our name country, our service passport, the service, the Red Bull, we are visa free for all. We are visa free. When they say visa free, mean visa on arrival to other countries. You just buy your ticket, you board that flight. Because this time, that flight don't come to Liberia. We are visa free with a Red Book. I travel with it, me, before. We are visa free to Israel, Tel Aviv. They stay on. They stay there because we still have a serious relationship. We stay on. You get a service passport, buy your ticket. I'm just telling you, you don't need no connection. Allah. Nobody, you pay $1. I can see like people paying money to people, they throw in there, or they will go to Canada, who can bring you. Nobody can bring you to Canada. The lie. Nobody can bring you to America. Nobody. You're gonna pay your money to nobody. How you spend to $2,000 to $3,000? It better you do your business. I'm telling you now, service passport. We visited on Tel Aviv, Israel, beautiful country. I went there before. I went there. Now one occasion, 2 occasions, many times. I went there with service passport long time ago. Tel Aviv, beautiful technology power. You want to study anything, you go there. Now that's stupid Cyprus and they lying to you people go to poor Cyprus there. No. We're visa free with service passport to Taiwan. You will never believe it. We have a serious relationship with Taiwan. Taiwan, that island, beautiful place where Chinese people fighting over. We get another. We have a visa free to South Korea, the service book. Even that when Green Boy used to go there during those days. Austria, right in Europe here before the service passport. I know 2 Liberians. I won't call that name. The king to Australia will visa on arrival for 30 days. If you want to seek asylum, you seek asylum. 30 days. They used to come with the king with service passport. I talking about Slovenia, right here in Europe, Slovakia, Slovenia. We are visa free on arrival. And one of the countries too we still are Macedonia. Macedonia. What we're trying to say, our passport was very unique, very unique. Even South America, Peru, Lima, the Ecuador in South America, Liberia was visa free. I know somebody that went to Ecuador. From Ecuador, they crossed 3 people that I knew. From Ecuador, they went to Mexico. They went to America. Today, in the United States. Gibraltar. These are I guess, over 30 countries. Some more countries I know. Because during those days, our president and the third man, the third one, they set good image of the Liberian society. We are a unique country. We are only thing because we were blindsided and the people didn't develop. Why they used to call us small America? Why they used to call us small America? We had unique, and most of the plane in Africa, in Europe used to go, the Sabina, the Air France, all of them used to go to RRE. All these people used to go before the Liberian Civil War. Because since the Civil War broke up, most of the diplomatic we tie it up. But we are still visa free. The only country with full passport is still existing, and the people honor it because I will recognize a lot of country. We will sit with them, we vote for them in the United Nations. in Africa, but we support all of them. We supported South Africa. I remember, you see what Charles Gange told them went to South Africa. Because South African came for him, but he wanted to go to South Africa. How he went to Nigeria. Let me tell you, South Africa, because like bringing so late a passport to the South African during the apartheid period. Facts and reality. So what Prince is telling you, the broader administration under the Unity Party now try to damage our passport. So if LaBrosse draw up at no country, Nigeria, let's see, that be real yet to ourselves. If I fly with a brand passport or Nigeria, they will put a Nigerian one side. They will tension that Nigerian guy because while he flying with a Nigerian passport, because while they noted for selling drugs around Europe and around the world, and the reality, that the facts, the way they were treating Nigerian, they were treating different. Ask anybody in Europe here to print something happening in Europe here too. If you get Holland passport from Netherlands, Holland, the way the other countries that look at you different because most Holland people tied to drugs. So the way they can't honor the Holland passport, the way they honor the Belgian passport, the other passport. These are stigma. You nail it. So it's very important. And many carrier, many flag, when they know your countries are drug hub, they can appear in your country. That thing what they're trying to do with Brussels Airlines, calling Brussels Airlines, naming all their things in now. That problem. But let's be real here. Let's be real. I say I came from a different way of thinking. The Unity Party, if they're trying to cover this thing, CDC shouldn't cover this thing. They shouldn't allow them to cover this thing. Not only by flanking in Liberia. I tell you all something here. It'll bore me. The way these people use the war, use the international community to damage the great men like George Weah, where parading the whole America, highly respected, New York major name, Madani name, all the FIFA bosses, all these total illicit in the war. The great guys that respect this guy character. They were the same guy lying, carrying videos upon video that this guy was importing drugs for all of the day in the country. Now they were selling the drug. People dying under his wife. For me, I will be honest here, Prince. The president is in America. Now I will speak. I know the kind of people, I can say a year because we're preparing ourselves for 2029. The way I used to talk, why I will tell the president's story, I'm not saying it yet because I know my reason now. And I was just saying it. We need to catalog that video, put on an iPad, present it to all our people. Say, listen, this is a fact. They've been lying on me. This is the story. You see, they lie on me. These are the video they lie, not knowing they're the harbor of drugs. They're funding our government with drugs. Listen, these are the play we need to make now. Let me tell you, Prince, I will say it. I will say it to you. I think after this discussion, you just give me 5 minutes. I get something to say here. If we get after that, what just discussion? Prince, all those are surrounding the president in Washington, D.C., in America. You're not going festa in our country. The president coming on your program at the time they when the meeting with the party, the party people, at the time they fiesta, at the time they party, the time they chilling. But now, a business time. Let me tell you, all those are surrounding the president posting picture. We're not want you to be posting picture. No. You do your own job in the country, not only the president. Because when the men come to power, you will get position. So as well surround the president in that country, just start meeting people to catalog things. What going wrong here? You're in the president's circle and meeting people. You're gonna get call card and other things then. The man that want to say when the president going, we not want photo. We not want. I'm telling you now, we not want photo again. The president finished surfacing photo. We're not doing photo art. No, we prepare. You prepare yourself for 2029. These people get all the finance. The economy is in the hand. You think to win election at $1? We need $3 million. Besides the party headquarters, the CDC need over $3 million. We need to find our lobbyists there. We need to find partners there. You have to sell the story outside there. Just sell George Weah. You're in the main circle, you get coca, you get some awesome meeting. That's not saying here to them. No, we don't get a photo, not photo up. We prepare it. Just a cutting law in the people wickedness and give it to people, then the people in government in the circle of the president. For example, let me call this one Madini, the New York mayor. He been marrying the president of New York. He's a mayor. He get over $1 billion budget. So I gotta tell you what, how they wish on this guy or wish hunting. So we need to start clacking the United Party. Please, let me tell you, power is power. You think to come to, you think how Donald Trump gonna keep battle power? You think they keep battle power just by softening themselves? No. Please, Africa, Ireland that I know now to come to power is not a joke. You have to see everything what the United Party come doing. Oh, they won't be, oh, Joe, we're not coming back, Joe, we're not coming back. Who dare them? Who dare them to say that statement? The men that ruled the country before, they say not coming back. When great leaders left power, they came back to power. Because the other government blunder, and while the United Party blundering, we not need photo from the president again. We not need nobody to send the president photo again. When the president said do it, yes. You start taking the president photo. He finished celebrating his son now. He owned a piece of job in America. The work are not finished yet. You're in the circle of the president. I'm telling you, boldly, my name is Jake. You need to start working too. You gotta work. You get your call card and you go. You invite somebody. You go to them and explain why the people tap people around you people. So Prince, I just put it there. The Justin, you can emphasize on it, but this might not be the distraction with Liberian people. It might be the distraction of CDC. We already McCarthy law and give it to people. That there is a country that doing drugs now. There is the government that lie on me. Finish. I can hear you.
You know, with this issue of drugs, I want to remind Liberians, maybe some people, they've forgotten. And it's good that sometimes we remind these people so that they know where we are coming from, where we are, and, what we are supposed to do. You remember last year, ECOWAS delegation visited Liberia.
Yes.
Last year, ECOWAS delegation visited Liberia. And one of the major reasons why they visited Liberia was because of this issue of drugs.
Yes.
But it was let me see, just a minute. I'm supposed to have it here. So while I'm talking, I will try to look for it. So the delegation visited Liberia. And when they visited Liberia, they did not mince their words. The ECOWAS delegation said they were concerned about the way, the form and manner in which Liberia is being used when it comes to this issue of drugs.
The reality,
I want to find this. There's a need for me to find it.
yeah.
Just uncle for me small. Let me find this.
So the reality, followers, he coming to display the video. That what I told you people, we don't just talk here. There's never a propaganda podcast. You see how he's searching for the video. We relay video. It's true. They even discuss it in Liberia. ECOWAS Parliament King. They talk about drugs, and they even inform the government concerning the burning of the speaker problem. Also, they came for that meeting and all. So ECOWAS flagged a long time ago before this thing, before the $19 million drug busted. So it's trying to prove to us now that the government know how they know how to maneuver.
So
just under that, yeah, go ahead.
I have a video there, but then I don't want to waste time too much because I kept it somewhere. But here's the paper because I saved it along with. Here's the paper. Here's the newspaper. ECOWAS Parliament delegation visits LDEA pledge regional cooperation on drugs fight. Here is it. So here's the picture when the ECOWAS delegation visited Liberia. Here is it, my people. I don't know if they are seeing. Yeah, fine. I should be seeing.
They seen it.
ECOWAS delegation visited Liberia and they were concerned about the way, form, and manner in which Liberia was being used as both a transit center and a distribution hub. And we raised it right on the same platform. I have in the video ready. I just need to check because my video, you know, the work in civil and I can just pull everything in the file. Yeah, I need to get time because my video now I've been keeping a long time. I get too much plenty video. That won't be too hard for me because I get video then from all the way some early Johnson video and all yet. So they visited Liberia and they complained that Liberia was being used as a hub. And the government at the time, some other scalawags and people who don't understand, oh, what the delegation say. In fact, they even blame Evan Snow. They say, oh, that's Snow. The man
Yeah.
who made the government unpopular. You think we know Snow? Why you doing? They are the one. The time we are just business. Well, yeah, you don't bring ECOWAS. ECOWAS not kind. The honor the Unity Party government. You can't bring the people. You can't talk. We get drugs at a lie. We not got no drugs. Here is the stuff here. Here is it. Let me move this from here. Here is it. Here is it. So let me just read a few bars of this. It was published on August the 6th, 2025. A high-powered delegation from the Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS Parliament, on Tuesday visited the headquarters of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, that's the LDA in Monrovia, signaling growing regional attention to Liberia intensifying drug crisis. And you see that? Signaling growing regional attention to Liberia's intensifying drug crisis. The delegation led by Senator Edwin Snow, chair of the Liberian delegation to ECOWAS Parliament, included key figures from the Mano River Union as well as Liberia legislature and the executive branches. Speaking during this visit, Snow said the engagement comes as a crucial moment as Liberia prepared to launch a national anti-drug campaign on August the 7th. He noted that the country increasing drugs problem require collective national regional approach. So I just want to stop this right here. This is it. So that people can see that when we're talking, it went way back. They were politicizing this thing. When ECOWAS were concerned, they $19 million draw, more than this.
Yes.
Who told you? The people have information that bigger amount has been going, but it has not been highlighted. It has not been highlighted. The people know that Liberia has been a hub for a long time.
Wow.
The reason why we are hearing this is because that through Brussels, and you know, somebody say, God move from beyond them. That's the only reason. But ECOWAS sent delegation to Liberia. They were concerned. They saw Liberia to be almost like an epidemic that was affecting the region. Or somebody would say a pandemic, so to speak, that was affecting the region. And when ECOWAS sent their delegation, they went to Liberia, people start making politics. Unity Party people say, oh, we know what they're trying to do. Oh, you want to undermine the government. Oh, you want to do this. Oh, you want to do that. Here is the people. Here are the facts that we're presenting to you.
So pretty government get money that drugs money than you see?
My brother, you see it from way down the line. Now, what is even scary is that this entire thing, the government tried to hide it.
Yeah.
I received an information yesterday, and I quickly decided that I was going to do a kind of lay right up on it when I received the information. It was concerning. And I want to read this, my brother Jake. I want to read this. This is very concerning. Reports reaching under the Palava Hut indicate growing public concern about the handling of the 15 million drugs bursts intended for export through Brussels air. The people wants answer. When has the LDA leadership not publicly acknowledged? Why has the DA not publicly acknowledged the role of the U.S. Embassy in the intelligence sharing that led to the arrest? Interagency cooperation should be commended, not ignored. The LDA had a press conference. They failed to inform the public that the United States played a major role in that particular drug bust.
You joking?
$50 million instead of 19. Listen to their clip. They did not make mention of it. They did not inform the public. Do you know that it has to take the United States to add pressure on them? Do you know that as we speak, this information was given to me by a sensitive official of the government? Do you know that as we speak, we have agency from the United Nations Drugs and Crime Enforcement Division in Liberia currently? They're in Liberia. Let me.
Yeah, Prince is on audio probably before you come back on the George thing. Yeah, you know, I told you, follower, me, I don't joke. I call it speed or space. I don't waste time here. If CDC people here to waste time, they don't tackle any real issue that are business. That Prince can now go to my topic. Low.
Yeah, as I was saying, sorry, I just talking. As I
You
was
said
saying,
you said certain group in Liberia, United Nations,
the
George.
United Nations Drugs and Crime, agency, they've sent some people in Liberia. They are currently in Liberia. From the information gathered, from what we have gathered, from the information that was disclosed to me last night while I was at work, they are in Liberia. And this person made me to understand, he said, Prince, you're looking at $19 million. He said, that's more than that. This guy is a former somebody. Let me get put in.
Yeah, don't call nobody name.
The guy said, this is more than what you guys are looking at. He said, this drugs thing is a big stuff. It's deeply rooted in the government. He said, Prince, you can remember when the president announced that everybody can now carry gun. He said, Prince, let me tell you something. Drugs work with gun.
Oh, yes.
Gun work with crime. He said, how they move together. He said, do you think it was a mistake? He said, for the president to announce that people can now carry gun, you can carry gun here, there, you know. Go register your gun. The country where we even get one horse address. One horse address for the president to come and say, yeah, people can get their gun, and buy their gun, can do this with their gun. You see, you think that was a mistake? It was a clever attempt by the president and those around him who control this drugs business to be able to ensure that drugs move along with gun. He says it's a play. Look, the guy explained some things to me yesterday. I was at job, my brother. I ended up staying I was late for almost 30 minutes. He went too deep. He said, Prince, we are joking about this thing. But he said, imagine what is happening in Liberia. Do you know that more violence is more prevalent under this government?
Yeah.
He said, do you know that people are not afraid no more? He said, Liberia before. He said, even immediately after the Civil War, immediately after the war, there was some still level of fear for people to even, unalive people in the public, in the open. He said people used to be, it was not common as it is now.
Yes.
People just look at people and say, oh, the person still bike, or the person still there, yes, see, right on the road, they just knock that person unalive. He says something is happening in Liberia, especially among the young people, and people are overlooking. The children are becoming brave to commit crime.
Yeah, more violent. Yes, yes.
He said people can unalive people in a broad daylight. And he said, Liberian, that is not our nature. We are people who are afraid. He said, the other people will make it. This is somebody who has been in the security force since the era of President Doe. He served in the SATU. He was a SATU. He served under Judy Bryan. He served under Amos Sawyer, Black Bearer, and he served under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, and even served under They just said you might work at government. Well, recently they, some kind of way out, other stuff. Man said people are becoming brave. And do you know that people are committing serious armed robbery now? Arms is all around the place. Some of these report, the police is now reporting it. He said the news is now reporting it. He said a few days ago, you talk about something and people overlooking it. He said when the police was conducting training for the journalists, he said, do you know the reason why they are conducting the training? I said, no. He said there are many things the government want to keep under the carpet. They don't want for the public to hear. They don't want for these news makers to put some of this information out. They want to keep it underground because they believe that by putting out this information will bring the government to public disrepute. So the major reason why you see them, they say they were conducting training for journalists who are supposed to cover police days and that, said Allah. They were only conducting those training so that they can keep those guys more short on certain things. So that certain information they can pick up phone to call and say, look, don't report that thing. He said that is what is happening. He said Liberia is about to see something that will be very terrible. Now, I'm not going to say for some reason, maybe now is not the right time for me to say. He said, but all these guys, they haven't gone. The second thing that is happening now, all of these ghettos. He said, every ghetto you enter, arm is there. Every ghetto you enter in Liberia, they get armed. I'm like, Mr. Prince, I'm telling you. He said, I'm not just telling you because we are having this conversation. He said, I have an extensive, he said, I went to Israel for training under President Samuel Kanyadu.
Then why the Unity Party portray George Weah this? And what can make me angry when CDC not doing nothing to the international community? Because I remember we played a video here. When they see ghettos were all over the country, when Patrick Sulu decided to take the stand, they see propagandists, they spoon-taught them, they will carry a camera all over. Oh, you won't get that, you won't cry down on Liberians ghetto. Not knowing they were already cracking down on these people. They got to spread propaganda. Yes, today, all the ghetto, they seriously protected. So to tell you the truth, all the guys here were doing all the drugs these in the country. Prince, painting in the government to make it ugly. And today, what it coming back to them. Look at all the drugs them story we're talking about. Nothing. The DEA, they changed them 3 good times. I think there's the 4th interim government in the DEA. They brought AB Proman. Everybody scattered all over the place. They just run. So if Liberians are hot on drugs, then the country is bound to fail. Then no investor will come. Then no investor will come. Then the legislature sitting down there, they can discuss the drugs issue. There's nothing. Listen, you're the 4th branch of government. You got subpoena power. I don't Richard Cooney that we are rubber stamp. They are rubber stamp. Tag up people there, whatsoever. The 1st branch of government not making news on this thing. But even the DEA boss should be subpoenaed. Disregard president and president. The airport manager, all the security and separators should be a subpoena now facing a facing the legislature. Right now. Live. People recording them, asking them the tough question. The country's in disarray. But me, I tell CDC people to come to power, not an easy thing. You gotta be tough to come to power. All these things, you're gonna let it slide under the carpet. No. You're cutting law this season, show it to this part, you're show to these players there all around the world. You're playing the Unity Party, the same game playing, the same game wickedness they did to you people. Listen, they can say, oh, we are what patriarch. Who say they love Liberia? They don't love Liberia, they lie. They love Liberia, then with Georgia, then they were going to the international community spraying all that lies. They do the same game today. Let me tell you, that is me and the hard claw, the hard look like. Do the same. Let everybody feel that you feel it too. The same thing you were doing to me, let me do the same thing to you. So elect with me, the president in America. Put this in the video. Let's see it in the camera here. I saw a journalist. Let me tell you something. I will talk here now. I felt angry. I saw a journalist interview the president. He's from Fox News. Hardcore journalist. I will give you a name after this show. He interviewed the president because he verified the president. He on Fox. We now get his own show. He got his own show on Fox. There are 3 on Fox. Fox News, where global, where America, everybody living room in America. That kind of journalists you get that click to. This particular 19 million click. The 19 million busted. If I were in America with George Weah, I finished to ask them if the president please call our journalists back. They're that were lying in the corridor about you explain everything and put it on the news. You gotta the main interview the president. I will look for the video and send it to you recently. When they were introducing to me on the stadium, when they were introducing the American club, the American team on our surrounding, whatsoever, on you whatsoever. When they were introducing them, when they come on the podium one by one, yes, the guy. If you saw an interview, that guy is from Fox and CNN. You know that rivals, they are the biggest company in America. That they make interview the president. He know that he's a fan of the president. So anything, this kind of news to be on Fox News by now because the president connection. Let me tell you, why I tell all the guys when I be sending that FIFA and the president be sending, I won't call that Nina all, and I'll be sending photo. No, when I have a photo, we here for you to be doing some job behind the scene when nobody will know. You need to be plucking your teeth into the guys of all in Congress, lying. All in Congress, they all in the places. Joel will come with Tesla driver there. There's all kind of funny things that I was saying in the corridor in Liberia. I mean, America. It's the time to take them to the game plan. To come to power is not an easy thing because the people believe that the country belongs to them alone. No, the country belongs to everybody. They're not allowing no free speech. You got to cut it on this man's video. That documentary go on this man's video in America. That the European Union will can spread it too. Let me tell you, we have free journalists then here. So when I know we're reaching our time, let me just throw on something 5 minutes. I'm going to say just 2 or 3 minutes. When I said something here, I said if the CDC want to come back to power, you got to hold the bull by the horn. I will say hey, raw on this platform. You're doing a heavy lifting. I name a lot of people, especially you. Your palaver hot here, girl. Your palaver, you started in your team long time with no ballot financing you. You've been doing the thing, St. George, we are in town. Even Tata minister never used to come on your platform. One, Tata minister, but still you never relent. They were going on opposition platform, giving them the courage time, infusing money to sponsor all this in that reality. Who crumbled then are the same people. Here are you today. Yeah, you stay here with other group of Liberians, radio journal, Tata guys in Liberia. I will call their name. The A.B. Williams. Through King's FM, the killing themselves, do everything. The Sekou Sherry day, the KOK day, the Banner FM, all these guys, the voice Sekou Sherry, the voice of Liberia, all these guys. They doing this from day one of the president of George Weah. They stay on it, they not relent. Nobody buying them. You think they want money too for the opposition to pay them for them to change course? They don't owe no obligation to CDC. CDC never pay them. CDC, a lot of journalists I know never used to go to, a lot of ministers on the CDC never used to go to Freedom FM. They used to go to read Radio Kigali spoon talk. That reality, Liberians. Who found that platform today? Who made a lot of people to know the spoon talk? That's also sedition. And they see gullible sedition still watching that channel. I don't know what they can be looking for that channel for. Why you get your friendly channel in the Republic of Liberia, radio station in there, you get friendly podcasts in there. That's what I can say. That's what I can question the sedition. Are you real sedition? Are you the real die-hard sedition the way all these other guys that are die-hard? They in the vanguard fighting for you people. Even some of the ex-ministers, then like we said in the state talking, the Akaras going to stay bombarding, but most of them mute. That total taxpayer money job that help them to come to the limelight. We're tired with this thing. They need to talk. They need to talk. I call one year today. I call one the other day. Bessie Yekede. He need to come up on radio station to talk about George Weah project. All the pro-poll, you are in the corner. You stay in the corner of the president. We're not lying it. I will call another one. Choke on we. The one that was constructing all the PHP part, the invisible part. They need to speak. Why the president have all the places in? We want to know about the 2 South fee era. How much money? How they build these things? According to name, Bill Travis need to come. Representative Bill Travis. According to your name, I'm seeking you out. You from Riverside. You from that place. You representing the people of Riverside. You are managing director of the National Freeport. You turn the port around. You build administrative building to the Freeport of Monrovia. Come, Mr. Representative or Senator whatsoever, please come. Go on radio station. I want you to question that Dukley guy at the Freeport. I want you to challenge Dukley. Tell him how much you were putting in the labyrinth cover, doing your tenure at CDC. You used to call you Junior Bakube. I met you before to the Jimmy Ken resort. I'm not joking here. You need to come outside. I know you are represented now. You get your tenure, you get your position, but you stay. They see United Party needs to alarm you. They need to call your name, tell a lot of ugly things against you. You need to come and speak up. How you left the Freeport of Monrovia, how you drained that pool. Another person I need to come to speak to challenge Edmond Twe, to debunk Edmond Twe's last name, the FPRC, former FPRC managing director. Only George Weah was who get FPRC headquarters. That building was built by George Weah. They need to come. Another person that's strategic, according to strategic places, I need to come and start debunking the United Party. I don't let them fly with nothing. Another person I need to call, I call him now. It's very important to elaborate people. Former Lens and my minister. On George Weah. You need to come outside and talk. If you don't talk, you're not there to talk. Explain yourself. How you left that lines in my area. One of the person I need to talk, a CPL boss, the governor Talu needs to come outside. Mr. Talu, please come outside. Respect, I have too much regard for you. You one of the genius in Liberia, but Liberia people because the place you took the CPL from, you crumble owner Ellen Johnson Sally. Please come and say some real thing. They already pay you. Tell the Liberian people why they pay you that money. Tell them that why not be transparent to the Liberian people. We want George Weah 2.0 to be transparent. The central bank governor tell you I'm calling you now. Then I call him God, where everybody loving CDC. I don't care. He just graduated with a master's degree. Jefferson Kochi. If you return back to Liberia, I know you can do your job. Please tell the Liberian people what you did for the Liberian City Corporation, City Hall, where they say now Ellen said garbage, the country is dirty. Clarify it. They lie on you. They say a lot of terrible things concerning you. We know you got to rebrand yourself, Jefferson Kochi. If you come back by the grace of God to come do your piece of joy, I know you're Secretary General of the CDC, but you got to explain about the city, how you left it, what kind of machining all you left before you pass the torch over. I got more to list. I got more than the call, but according to the strategic error there, we got to take the Unity Party to that game plan. They ain't got to lie again. You got to open your own podcast. That's it. The other brothers in our own social media that are doing the heavy lifting, fighting all in the corridor is not enough. You are the real people because you went for 6 good years. You're inside the system. And you're getting serious eyeball in the system, the anybody else. 3 years plus in the Unity Party now. When they come here over that last, you got to come debunk them. Why you're left? And the last person I will call, she talked before, but she need to emphasize more. That was the beautiful public works minister, Ruth Collins Cochran. You got to come back again, madam. We want to know how all these roads, especially the feed of roads in Monrovia, how you left it. And the project, because George Weah project, George Weah something according to his step. The first state of the nation address, I can still remember vividly. He said, I will connect this country. He asked for, he said, to connect the whole Republic of Liberia. And still remember, a first sonar, he said $2.1 billion to connect the whole Republic of Liberia. So, Madam Coco, please, with respect, you got to come back. A common radio station, especially the radio station, we'll get Kings FM, we'll get KOK, we'll get Freedom FM, we'll get Banner FM, Voice of Liberia. Come and you clarify these things, especially the road project now in the rainy season. You need to come for the second time. You came before. The final minister has been coming. He ready to come in and day. So I'm not calling his name. He have debunked them many occasions. But those that took the gravy, that enjoy, that today, whatsoever happened, they made a lot of people hate the CDC. You need to come. I thought according to the strategic area, they need to come to explain it to the Liberian people. And the money generating area then here. Able to be massive $1 million property there now. Massive property in 3 years, 2.5 years time. So you need to come and explain to the Liberian people how CDC transfer power, what were in the making. So Prince, I'll start there for the day. Prince.
You are 100% right. And we also join you to say the same. This is something that we cannot overlook, and our people need to hear this. Those of you that were charged with the responsibility to help President Weah in implementing his agenda, you people did exceptionally well. You tried your best. Today, it is clear that the Unity Party government cannot even match to what you people did.
Yes.
Our frustration is that some of you have decided not to even say a word. You have decided to keep quiet. When we confront some of you, you say you're working behind the scene. When we confront you, you say you're working behind the scene. A time is going to come where we, who are partisan of our institution, will run behind you. We'll call your name. We'll get vexed. We'll pull you aside. We'll expose you to the public. We think that we have given this Unity Party enough time.
Yeah, 3 years.
And we must commend the CDC. So the Unity Party, oh yeah, the people in the opposition, look, nobody is running behind. Look, Joseph Newman Boyka is having a free ride and just feeling on his own turn. Nobody is disturbing. No opposition. I don't know. No opposition is disturbing Boyka. No opposition. Boyka, look, truth be told, Boyka is not having any kind of serious, how you call, resistance or, a strong sentiment from this opposition. This opposition is even more civil.
Yes.
And very responsible as compared to when they were in opposition. This opposition honor His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. It's just very, somebody would say just very calm, just very cool. Everything that you see this government struggling with is their own doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go nowhere to go lie, to say, oh yeah, people running with drugs like they did. People ran and say, oh yeah, they took money or they carried the president. We are all this, that, other things. Up to today, we can't even see it. But Gafan will admit that almost $100 million in a day. They can't get record of it. They can't get one paper. But we believe that it is now time.
Mm-hmm.
Those who are given responsibility start to come out to sharpen the contradiction. For some of you who are doing it, we commend you. But it's now time that we have our full forces coming out. And that's why we can always say, look, whether we like it or not, but these are the reality that we cannot sweep under the carpet. You saw when the Unity Party, they were in opposition. All of these people today you see as ministers, about 85% of these people,
they were talking.
Some of them they became content creator and all.
Yes.
Okay, they became content creator. Some of them on every platform they were. Also, some of our, so now I can look at some of my old show. I see Mo Ali and the rest of the
Yeah.
other guys then.
Tell me appear all of them.
Old show, I can see
I thought don't see name. Oh,
all of them. They were under our.
but sorry to say, if you say get up, they say get a platform, they say get reloaded. Other than go reloaded, well, I'm gonna be spraying the gibberish at the last. Other than say go reloaded, they get up reloaded. Imagine for opposition days, they gotta say continue on the platform. All of them not come. When they finish with work in the evening, someone come. They come. Tara Zerina appear from the legislature. Where are all the people that are according that name? According them bad way, according them to we are, to debunk them, to answer to them. How you left Emo to LPRC? They were not around with nothing free. How much order you used to bring in the country? What did you left in the making before they overtook it? Water and so what then? What more are they making more in the country? What about the water and so what guys then? That more are they further I can debunk them? What I knew all the water to me, I remember Joy was putting on new all in the country or in Monrovia. We got the video. I was calling that name. I will call that name until we come to 2027. After start seeing it also. So please, no disrespect to them, but I reality.
Oh, sure, you are right, and I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for that. So we are calling on our people to ensure that they give the information. It is now time that all of us got to come up. We got to put our best weapons and go to our arsenal and visit the best nuclear that we can pull out.
Yes.
Provide the information, because what we are doing is just providing information. That's all we're doing. We are not running propaganda like they did. We are not lying. Everything that we say on this platform, they are backed by facts. They are backed by all of the pieces of evidence and records. That's all we are saying. So again, I want to say thanks to all of you. My own mother, Claudia Allison, how are you, Mama? Adolphus, you are highly welcome. We said Colin, we welcome all of you. We want to appreciate all of you. We want to also inform you that the CDC USA will be having a national convention from July the 29th to August 2nd. And we hope that all of us prepare ourselves in order to be part of that particular convention. On this note, my people want to say thank you and bye from our end.
And salute, Baba.
I have a dream. Barack Obama said, change, yes we can. And I, George, we have said, power to the people. Yes, we must. Fellow citizens,
Get ready for a historic gathering of unity, leadership, and vision. The Congress for Democratic Change USA, or CDC USA, proudly invites you to the 2026 National Convention. Now set from July 29 to August the 2nd in the great city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, under the theme, Renewing for Results, One CDC, One Vision, One Future.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg them. The money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.